Hello everyone, welcome to another Rick's Picks. Today I'm going to be doing my review of the Berserk figures, Slan and Conrad by Figma. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a look at them in box, then we're going to take a look at each of the figures, and then I'm going to give you my thoughts on them. And just remember, if you do like this video, go ahead and check out my Berserk playlist and hit that like, share, and subscribe. So without any further ado, let's get to the review. So here they are in packaging. The packaging is pretty average, I do like it. So first off, you get a picture of both figures up here, both of their names and serial numbers, I guess is what that is. You got Berserk here. You got their names down here as well. All right. Spin it around this way. You get a picture of Slan here. And then you get both of their numbers again. Come around here. You get a couple pictures of the figures. You got all five of the hand right there, the God hand. And you got their numbers again. Whole bunch of legal. Turn around this way. Now you got Comrade here. Their numbers again. Switch it around to the top. All right, you got a picture of both figures, their numbers. And then your bottom is once again, you got a picture of both figures. So, with all that being said, let's open them up and see what they're about. So here she is out of packaging. Overall, she's a good looking figure. I like the overall look to her. So first off, she does come with a stand. So I already have her set up with the stand and all. Your Figment figures always come with stands, and I always think that that's a good thing that they do. So let's start off with the rotation. So you have this side here. You got the back. And you got this side here. And back around to the front. Now, I do like the detail to her. There's not much detailing in the figure herself for the most part. She's pretty basic. But let's get a close look up at some of her details. So the best part about her is her face. I love the overall look to the head sculpt. Looks really nice. Now, her hair is this really soft, rubbery plastic, which I kind of like that. It gives it a little bit more character. Easier to maneuver and what have you. Okay. And then on the back here, you get more of her hair. Then you got like the slots here for her wings and what have you. So, like I said, not a lot of detail to go over with her, but overall, she is a good looking figure. So, with that being said, let's start looking at her points of articulation. So, her head does move. All right. She has a shoulder joint with an elbow joint. All right. She has a wrist joint. All right, get that up. She has a joint right here under the breast. The same with like right around in here. There's another joint there. So it's like a double joint in here. Okay. Spin her around this way. You have a thigh joint, a knee joint, and you also have an ankle joint. So at this point, overall, as a figure, she's a pretty cool figure. I like the overall detail to her. All right, so now let's start looking at her accessories. Now, one of the weird things about this figure is this is a two-figure set. All right, so you get both Slan and you get Conrad. But with him, I consider him more of an accessory. So here he is. Let's move her to the side real quick. So here he is. He doesn't really do anything. He is really cool looking. Like I like a lot of the detailing and stuff in his shell. He got his little tentacles here and what have you. But he isn't much of a figure. The only range of movement he has is his head does move. So I feel like he's more of an accessory to her other than an actual figure. So we'll put him on this side, get her back front and center. All right. And the other reason to that is because all the accessories go with her. So first off, you have her wings. These are beautiful. I love the detail to these wings. So you got this gloss black with this faded in purple. You know, I love the overall look to these wings. So that's one. There's the other one. All right. And there's a couple of points of articulation on them. So you got a bend here and then a bend there. She comes with two faces. All right. So you get this one here, sort of a smirk to it. And then because she's, for the most part, their version of Lust, she has like this, you know, weird licking face. She comes with a whole bunch of hands. Oops, except for that one. And that's the other thing I like about these Figma figures, is that they do come with this little rack that you can put all the hands on, so they're not really sitting around, you know, loose and getting lost. The same with this little baggie. And this is another thing how you could tell that you get a legitimate Figma figure. Because a lot of times you'll get bootlegs and what have you. But they usually come with this little bag here that you can put all the accessories in, which is really nice. And then she has a spare, I believe that's a wrist peg. So with all that being said, let's start looking at her points of her all her accessories. So first off, let's start with the wings. All right, so you take her head off. You got these two pegs in the back here. Now, according to what I read on the directions, these are to prevent the holes from shrinking. All right, so you pull those off. Get your wings here. All right. That just slides nicely into this hole here. Maybe. All right. So there's that wing. That is in there. All right. That one in there as well. All right. So both wings slide in very easily. All right. I don't have any issues. Now her head, this is interesting. So the peg for her head, you look at it, goes back like this. Like usually it's like a straight up into the head type of thing. But for some reason with her head peg, it goes back like that. All right, so her head just slides right back on here. Just like that. All right, actually before we put the head back on, let me put her back on her stand. Right. Now these Figma stands are designed so you could, you know, put her in multiple positions. So if you want her in kind of like a flight position, or, you know, you want her standing back more, he can. So that's the other nice thing about these stands, is that they just give you an array of movement. So now her head here, to change the faces out, why I got her head off, you pull the hair out of the way and then you pop the face off. So that comes off pretty easily. No issues. Let's get one of her faces. And that just pops in there like that. And then you just put the hair back on. So now you have her more lustful look. Pop that off of there. And you know what? With this soft hair, I like the soft hair. It makes everything easier to transfer. Here's her other face. Because it pops in a lot easier than some of your harder plastic hair. So there you go. And then you could always sort of move the hair out of the way of her face. But that's how her face always was slightly covered. All right. And now the head just pops right back on. Just like that, without any issues. So there's the head, the other face. Now we're not going to go through all the hands because she just has a lot of them. So we're going to do a couple different ones. So first off, that hand popped off very easily. Let's do one of these. All right. All right. So her holding hand went in there pretty easily. No issues with that. All right. Now let's get this hand here. All right. So her hands swap out very easily. I don't have any issues with any of the hand swapping out. So let's just go through the hands on at least one arm. So that one. All right, that one too. No issues. All right. And one more. This is the closed fist. So yeah, as you can see, all the hands really do swap out very well, very easily. And then of course, get her wings into position. Close her up. Have some modesty here. You can of course close her wings up. Maneuver them how you want. So you could get that more God hand look to her. Like I said, everything moves around and is very movable. So you could do all sorts of neat things with them. And of course, put these hands back on here. So you don't lose all your accessories. You go in this little baggie here with a Ziploc on it. For safe storage. So my final thoughts on these figures is I do like them. I think they're a nice set. But like I said earlier, Conrad is basically just an accessory to Snai. Because of the factor that he doesn't really do anything. He's just there. And I think the reason why he's added to her is so that they can actually get him out there so you can have all the figures of the God Hand. Just like with Void. He also comes with the other guy like him. I completely forgot his name. And yeah, the only reason I would think that he would come with Void is because of the factor that, as a standalone figure, there isn't much to him. So I consider Conrad more of an accessory than an actual figure. As for Sin here, overall, I like her overall look. She definitely captures both the look from the manga and the anime. So I do like that. All her parts switch out very well on her. I had no issues with that. All her joints move very fluent, very easily. No issues with that. So overall, she's a great figure. I'd highly recommend this set for any Berserk fan. But like Figma figures, unfortunately, they are a little bit on the pricey side. So you're definitely going to have to dig into the wallet for this. But as a Berserk fan, they're worth it. So with that being said, I hope you guys did like this review. If you did, go ahead and check out my Berserk playlist and hit that like, share, and subscribe. They're all small clicks for you, but it really helps this channel grow. So until the next one, late.